See, this is what happens when you craft and you design. You like pick something and you're like, that's exactly what I want. And then you change your mind and you do something else. And then it ends up even better than you thought it was gonna be. That's art, baby. Welcome to my extremely messy office, where we are going to go through the journey, the spectrum of creating a print product. If you are like me and you have childhood trauma, welcome. Bring that dark humor over here. You belong here, because we are going to create what I am calling my villain era project. This is what I initially created. I'll go into what the villain era, like where the idea about this graphic came from in a moment. We created stickers. When I say we, I mean me. I created stickers in different colors. And then I'm like, we can create a magnet out of this, like a 3-dimensional magnet made out of cardstock. That would be really cute. I would really enjoy that. So we went from this digital file to the first prototype, which is just, it's okay. It could be better. Then we pivoted into the alternate print product, which is this. Little different, little more 3-dimensional. They are different. This one has a lot of glue and is just kind of shiny, as you can see. It just looks messy, and like if someone purchased this from my Etsy shop, I would be embarrassed to send it to them. And that's another part of the process of creating print products is they have to look nice or people are not going to shop from your store anymore, right? The glue issue is still kind of there, but it's not as much anymore. It's a little more 3-dimensional because I didn't put the horns on top. The horns are a cutout. Era is a cutout. You can still see some glue. So we're gonna pivot even more. So if you are like me, a mom trying to build her design and craft business, really just failing, but we know we're a persistent bitch, so we're gonna show up and keep doing it. I got new orange paper so I can make my villain era magnets. And if you don't understand the reference to villain era, it's a childhood trauma thing, you know? Something a lot of people deal with when they were raised by like narcissistic parents, right? Is that when they go no contact, that child, the adult child who goes no contact becomes the villain. So you, the person breaking, I can't get this paper open, the person breaking the generational trauma cycles ends up labeled as the victim to everybody who will listen to the narcissistic parent talk. So instead of being mad about it, because if we don't laugh, we're gonna cry, right? Instead of being mad about it, we're going to empower ourselves. I'll be the villain in your story, in your weird delusional reality. That's fine, because guess what? I have new orange cardstock. I don't mind being a villain when I have new cardstock. On camera, this middle orange looks really brown, but in person, it's almost like a burnt orange, you know what I'm saying? So I'm wondering, do I want to pair the burnt orange with the pink? I think I want to pair the bright orange to the peach. Let's just raw dog it and see what comes out of it, okay? Take the colors that we need for this magnet, right? I have 4 shades of orange. These are very similar. If you hear that humming sound, it's my space heater because it's frigid in here. I also have a heated blanket on me. So if you ever see me just like wrapped up here, I'm not in a towel. This is just a heated blanket. It keeps me warm and cozy. Ugh. I want the horns and the era part of this magnet to be darker. Maybe this shade of orange. You know what? We're just gonna make one and see what it looks like. This is called raw dogging it, okay? I really need to organize my cardstock. If you can't tell, this is a giant mess. This is the ADHD portion of me trying to keep it together. So we want that to be like a darker orange, and then we want the loading bar at the bottom. I have that layered to where, because initially my first design, it was kind of like an ombre effect. Each piece was it started dark orange and it went to light orange. That's just a lot, and I feel like that would look messy with the final product. There'd be a lot of glue and it would just be kind of flat, and I want to make it 3-dimensional, right? I'm gonna use the dark orange for the horns and the era, and instead of doing the ombre and gluing 5 individual pieces, which in this product now I only have 4 sections of the loading bar, which I still like. I'm just gonna do a lighter orange, and I think I like this because this orange. So these would be the 2 oranges. I'm trying to think if I like that. It's so bright. Let's do this bright orange for the horn and the era. See, this is what happens when you craft and you design. You like pick something and you're like, that's exactly what I want. You change your mind and you do something else, and then it ends up even better than you thought it was gonna be. That's art, baby. Now we are pivoting. The first magnet was made at 3.5 inches long. So I'm gonna add another 1/2 inch, make the magnet 4 inches long. So maybe some of these cuts aren't as small. I do think she's cute though. We don't need to throw her away. This is going on my fridge. Proud villain. I'm gonna do the default pressure because extra pressure is not gonna help us at all. Who wants extra pressure? I thrive under pressure. I don't like the areas where you can tell that there's glue. I don't like that. Can you see it? Hopefully adjusting the design will let us avoid some of that. We cut out the era background so that we don't have to cut out the tiny letters to era. Although we do have to cut out the outline of era. It's still better than cutting out the tiny letters. Hopefully that will decrease the amount of glue that might show, I don't know. So we have the orange cut out, which is going to avoid or allow us to avoid having to glue on those tiny little horn pieces. This is why creating products is so time consuming. Even if this was a digital product, I would still want to be printing it out and going through this process to make sure that I'm not selling a digital product that's just not great. You feel me? I am happy with this. I am way happier with this product than I am with the first one that I tried to make. I think that layering it and having just larger layers with more space to glue, I guess, is just, it ends up looking nicer. The first one, there was just so much glue. And unless the entire magnet is gonna be shiny, it just doesn't make sense. So I also like the look of the horns kind of being just not glued on top. I think it looks better. I do not like how the era, the inside of the E, the A, and then the little loop-de-loo and the R are just non-existent. I think it's fine. I don't know. It is the next day, and I think I have a solution to all my like gluey, sticky, shiny pieces from the glue. So I'm gonna go in and see if I can find glitter or something to cover that up so it looks more intentional. So if you can believe it, I went into Michael's and I started looking at glitter cardstock. And I really liked this pack, but it really didn't have the colors that I needed for my initial magnets that I'm making. Saw pink glitter cardstock, but still I didn't want to pay $2.50 per sheet. And I don't want to get something that's not what I want because I won't like it in the end. And then finally, I just went with my initial gut instinct, which was to find glitter. I found this pack. It has all the colors that I need for the orange, purple, and pink magnets that I'm making initially. So I'll see how that does. And maybe this will cut down on all of the shiny glue residue. So we're gonna put some glitter on these magnets. Do not ingest or apply to skin or hair. Well, I don't plan on it. This is gonna be a giant mess. How do I put this within the outline of era to where it doesn't smear glue all over the outline of era? We apply the glue and the glitter to the, long story short, because I just spent the past probably 40 minutes trying to make this as clean as I can. I have put glitter on this thing 5 different ways. And you know what? Did I fail? No. This is a work in progress, and I'm going to continue working on it. I'm not going to list this on my Etsy shop or anything until I am confident that I can do a really good job consistently, and I'm not just raw dogging the results of this cute magnet. I think what I need to do is go back to the drawing board and include more layers, because out of the thick layers, there's only 3 of the full-size magnet layers. The rest of the layers are just the era portion and the loading bar portion of the magnet. So I'm going to continue working on this. I'll probably make a follow-up video in the future, but for now I just wanted to take you through the journey of creating cute cardstock layered magnets that are focused on us embracing our villain era. Thank you for creating a product with me. I'm excited to finalize this and figure out exactly my process for making this so I can do it efficiently. Empower yourself to embrace your villain era. And thank you for making this with me or watching me make it, and I'll see you in the next video.